Canto 3. Through me the road to the city of desolation. Through me the road to sorrows eternal. Through me the road among the lost creation. Justice moved my great Maker. God eternal wrought me. The power and the unsearchably high wisdom and the primal love supernal. Nothing ere I was made to be, save things etern, and I etern abide. Lay down all hope, you that go in by me. These words of somber color I descried writ on the lintel of a gateway. Sir, this sentence is right hard for me, I cried. And like a man of quick discernment, here lay down all thy distrust, said he. Reject dead from within thee every coward fear. We've reached the place I told thee to expect, where thou shouldst see the miserable race, those who have lost the good of intellect. He laid his hand on mine, and with a face so joyous that it comforted my quailing, into the hidden things he led my ways. Here sighing, and here crying, and loud railing smote on the starless air with lamentation, so that at first I wept to hear such wailing. Tongues mixed and mingled, horrible execration, shrill shrieks, hoarse groans, fierce yells, and hideous blether, and clapping of hands thereto, without cessation, made tumult through the timeless night, that hither and thither drives in dizzying circles sped, as whirlwind whips the spinning sands together. Whereat, with horror flapping round my head, Master, what's this I hear? Who can they be, these people so distraught with grief? I said. And he replied, the dismal company of wretched spirits thus find their guerdon due, whose lives knew neither praise nor infamy. They're mingled with the caitiff angel crew, who against God rebelled not, nor to him were faithful, but to self alone were true. Heaven cast them forth, their presence there would dim the light. Deep hell rejects so base a herd, lest sin should boast itself because of them. Then but Master, by what torment spurred are they driven on to vent such bitter breath? He answered, I will tell thee in a word. This dreary huddle has no hope of death, yet its blind life trails on so low and crass that every other fate it envieth. No reputation in the world it has, mercy and doom hold it alike in scorn. Let us not speak of these, but look and pass. So I beheld, and lo, an ensign borne whirling, that span and ran as in disdain of any rest, and there the folk forlorn rushed after it, in such an endless train, it never would have entered in my head that there were so many men whom death had slain. And when I'd noted here and there a shade whose face I knew, I saw and recognized the coward spirit of the man who made the great refusal, and that proof sufficed. Here was that rabble, without a doubt, whom God and whom his enemies despised. This scum, who never lived, now fled about naked and goaded, for a swarm of fierce hornets and wasps stung all the wretched rout, until their cheeks ran blood, whose slubbered smears mingled with brine about their footsteps fell, where loathly worms licked up their blood and tears. Then I peered on ahead, and soon quite well made out the hither bank of a wide stream, where stood much people. "Sir," said I, "pray tell who these are, what their custom, why they seem so eager to pass over and be gone, if I may trust my sight in this pale gleam." And he to me, "The whole shall be made known. Only have patience till we stay our feet on yonder sorrowful shore of Acheron." Abashed, I dropped my eyes, and lest unmeet chatter should vex him, held my tongue, and so paced on with him, in silence and discreet, to the riverside. When from the far bank, lo, a boat shot forth, whose white-haired boatman, old, bawled as he came, "Woe to the wicked! Woe! Never you hope to look on heaven. Behold, I come to ferry you hence across the tide to endless night, fierce fires, and shramming cold. And thou, the living man there, stand aside from those who are dead." I budged not, but abode. So when he saw me hold my ground, he cried, "Away with thee! For by another road and other ferries shalt thou make the shore, not here. A lighter skiff must bear thy load." Then said my guide, "Charon, why wilt thou roar and chafe in vain? Thus it is willed, where power and will are one. Enough, ask thou no more." This shut the shaggy mouth up of that sour infernal ferryman of the livid wash. Only his flame-ringed eyeballs rolled a glower. But those outwearied, naked souls, how gash and pale they grew, chattering their teeth for dread when first they felt his harsh tongue's cruel lash. God they blaspheme their parents' bed, the human race, the place, the time, the blood, the seed that got them, and the womb that bred. Then, huddling hugger-mugger, down they scud, dismally wailing, to the accursed strand which waits for every man that fears not God. Charon, his eyes red like a burning brand, thumps with his oar the lingerers that delay, and rounds them up, and beckons with his hand. And as, by one and one, leaves drift away in autumn, till the bough from which they fall sees the earth strewn with all its brave array, so from the bank there, one by one, drop all Adam's ill seed, when signaled off the mark, as drops the falcon to the falconer's call. Away they're borne across the waters dark, and ere they land that side the stream, anon fresh troops this side come flocking to embark. Then said my courteous master, "See, my son, all those that die beneath God's righteous ire, from every country come here every one. They press to pass the river, for the fire of heavenly justice stings and spurs them so that all their fear is changed into desire. And by this passage good souls never go. Therefore, if Charon chide thee, do thou look what this may mean. 'Tis not so hard to know." When he thus said, the dusky champagne shook so terribly, thinking on the event, I feel the sweat pour off me like a brook. The sodden ground belched wind, and through the rent shot the red levin, with a flash and sweep that robbed me of my wits, incontinent, and down I fell, as one that swoons on sleep.